What's going on, guys? It's Crater here, and this is another This Week in Wrestling. First of all, I do apologize. I'm going to get the time about to explain everything that just happened, so just give me 1 second, guys. If you like today's live stream, make sure you hit that like button. Comment down below in the live chat. Just comment, especially your official predictions when we get to Great Balls of Fire, our official predictions for that. And just subscribe. Don't make sure you miss anything else on my channel. Now, the reason why I'm late is because my mom went to the Phillies game, and I had to get her a freaking lift home, and this guy screwed me over. He canceled the ride, so my car got charged $25 for no reason. So I'm pissed off about that. And I was just waiting for her because I knew this was going to happen anyway, because I knew the Philly game was going to end like around this time. So I just decided just to wait. Sorry I didn't tell you guys in advance. I thought I had a little bit more time, but I was just going to wait until she got into the lift. Right now, she's on her way home right now. So if I suddenly just stop and just wait for a second, or if I just take a break for like a quick second because I'm getting my mom into the door, or just helping my mom in the door with her whatever stuff she asked for Philly game or whatnot. So I do apologize for that, guys. Thank you for your patience. I know it was going to be a delay from This Week in Wrestling. As always, it happening every Saturday, except for next week, which I'm about to explain in a second. But yeah, that's what happened. Basically, that's the reason why we're like 25 minutes late, because my mom, I had to make sure she got home, as I'm about to check right now. Actually, let's make sure she's actually still in the lift, right? Yep, she is still in the lift, right? Okay, good. So everything is perfect. So I don't have to worry about that. So probably like in 30 minutes or like an hour, I'm probably going to just take a break, or probably take a break before that, just to make sure she got in the house. Okay, since I'm upstairs in my room. But yeah, that's what happened. First of all, let me make sure I can hear myself talk. Now where I'm probably going to. Okay, so I can hear myself talk. Okay, because I had to make sure, because you see Ron's not with me today. He's going to make it this week, but he did give me his predictions before the show. So during the Great Balls of Fire predictions part of the show, won't let me in. I'm actually about to let somebody in as well. A special guest we're about to go over. There'll be a bunch of stuff happening today, basically. A bunch of stuff. And I'm trying to let this guy in. Hold on, I'm trying to hit this guy in. He's a special guest of mine. Oh, he's trying to come in, which I won't say yet. Yeah, Ron couldn't be with us today, so just letting you know that now he won't be with us today, but he will be next week. He did give me his predictions. While he's about to come in, I'll just explain. Yeah, so again, I'll keep repeating myself. Ron couldn't make it. He has a prediction. So during the Great Balls of Fire predictions, we'll give out predictions. Okay, so he should be coming in shortly, the guy. So I'll explain a few more things. Next week, before he comes in, I'm about to say, before he comes in next week, the podcast will be on a Thursday, because my at my job, this girl is taking a vacation. And because I live right around the corner from where I work, I'm going to be taking her night shift for 2 of those days. One of those days, which is Saturday, so I won't be able to do the stream on Saturday, since I'll be closing the store at Dunkin' Donuts. So because of that, I will be doing the podcast on Thursday, because Friday and Saturday I'll be closing, so obviously there'll be no way for me to do that. So Thursday will be a special broadcast of This Week in Wrestling. Will be the day right after NXT, so all that information will be relatively new. I didn't wait until Saturday. So it should be an interesting episode on Thursday. So let's let you guys know on Thursday will be This Week in Wrestling on Thursday, which is actually perfect too because I'm actually off on Thursday as well. So it'll be a bunch of cool stuff going to be happening on Thursday This Week in Wrestling. Hope you guys do that. Sunday. The guy I'm trying to bring in that needs a mic. All right, so whenever he's talking, but yeah, so Thursday will be a special This Week in Wrestling. Not special, be a regular episode of This Week in Wrestling. It will be on a Thursday because
I see you now.
Yes. Okay, finally. Okay. So so as you can see, I have a special guest with me before I explain who he is. Just give me 1 second. Guys, I know this is like weird and out of the ordinary, so just give me 1 second. But how you been, man?
Hey, what's good, man? I'm all right. How you?
I'm good. I had to start the podcast late. I had to make sure my mom was getting home from the Phillies game, but yeah.
Oh God, you still watch that crap?
No, Phillies. I don't watch that.
Oh.
If my mom does.
Hey.
Is it possible that you can mute, like, because I can hear me talking on your side? Hold on, maybe that's just me. I doubt it is.
Yeah, I'm trying to just around to hear you and me, but not trying to be around too much noise at the same time. Hold on.
I got you. I can hear my echo. Oh wait, now I don't think I can anymore. I can hear it a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. It'll be bearable. It'll be bearable. But, okay, so ladies and gentlemen, for those who are watching, let me just do a few more stuff. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, for those who are watching, this is actually I'll let you introduce yourself.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the man, the myth, the legend, known as the Icon, president of HSW Hood Style Wrestling, and stepbrother to this guy talking to me right now.
Yes, exactly.
So.
Yeah. So So this is Derek. Basically, he is the founder of his brand known as HSW, which stands for Hood Style Wrestling. You can watch his stuff, which I'll link in the description below. His YouTube channel, so you can see all their stuff going on for there. So before we actually start the podcast, anything you want to mention about HSW or what you guys are doing, or?
Yeah, we're currently in our second season. We got some big stuff coming up. Most likely be around season 3, maybe 4. But I want a lot of you guys looking out for that. We are going places, and I'm still kind of weeding out the lanes and trying to add some big names into it as well. So if you try and get down with us, I'm not a hard man to find.
Exactly. And I will, and the main reason why I brought him here too, because I will also be a part of that in some capacity during season 3, whether it's creative or me being a wrestler on there. I will be a part of it in some type of capacity, which I'll explain later down the line. So, but regardless of that, let's just get right into the podcast. First of all, where are you at?
I'm out there in the 69th Street station. I'm actually on my way home.
I got you.
There's that.
Yeah, no problem. I was just hearing about it. So no, I mean it's fine. I can hear you clearly. Yeah. So we're gonna start with the breaking news part of podcast, which is which one should I start off with? I guess we'll start with the one that happened near the end of the night. At Madison Square Garden yesterday, there was a WWE Live event. And one of the matches was AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens for the United States title. And something shocking happened. Usually in live events, the title doesn't change hands, but this was an occasion. AJ Styles actually beat Kevin Owens at Madison Square Garden and become the new United States champion. So the title change actually took place during a live event instead of a taping, or a Smackdown regular event. So what are your thoughts on that?
I actually thought they was going to do it at what's it called, Battleground here in Philadelphia.
Yep. Exactly.
To me, it's kind of a pleasant surprise because AJ Styles is a great wrestler.
One of the best in the world.
He deserves all the accolades in the world. I do think it was a little too soon. I wish they had waited for the live event or a taping or wait for Battleground for it to change hands. I think that was the proper place to do it at. But
Which, yeah.
congratulations to AJ Styles nonetheless.
Yep, that is true. Oh, I after thinking about it yesterday, I think the main reason why they did it is because now at Battleground, Kevin Owens will get his official rematch for his United States title. So if AJ does beat him, because the rumored match at SummerSlam was going to be AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura for United States title. So I think they're trying to push those plans as quickly as possible. So they just took the title off of Owens quickly, so that at Battleground he'd get his official rematch. They get that out the way, so then Styles can actually face Nakamura for United States title at at SummerSlam. So I think that was the main reason for it.
Yeah, I think that was the reason too. I think I would like to see that Shinsuke versus AJ Styles for the title.
I think
Um,
we will all do. Yes.
best in the world versus best in the world. I mean, can't
Yeah,
wait to see that.
pretty much best in the world in America versus the best in the world in Japan, and
Over
they'll
here. Yes.
yep, exactly. So another piece of breaking news that happened yesterday, which came to a shock out of me. It came out of nowhere. I was upset the whole day because he was one of my favorites. He was the main reason. Him and Neville were the main reason why. And I'll just wait until you get on, or you got to get on this.
I gotta get on the bus. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about Austin Aries getting fired.
Yes, Austin. Well, he
Oh
got
man.
released. We don't. I mean, I would like to. Sometimes I don't trust dirt sheets. I know there's a bunch of outlets that are saying that
Excuse.
he asked for his release. So basically, for those who don't know, yesterday Austin Aries he got released from WWE, and it just literally came out of nowhere. The last match that he had was at Extreme Rules when he fought Neville for the Cruiserweight title in that submission. This was great, by the way. His whole rivalry with Neville
My
was great.
my dis, I'm more or less disappointed in the WWE because I feel as though they underbooked, they undervalued
Aries,
Austin, Mr. A Double. I thought
yes.
I thought he was a great cruiserweight, and he should have gotten a better push than he did.
Exactly. One of the main things that they're saying, which I do completely understand. At first, I was like, I do understand where Austin Aries is coming from. One of the main reasons why they're saying that he left, he never officially said it was because they was only going to relegate him to just being in the cruiserweight division, and he was only just going to be there. He was never going to go to like the main titles or just be fine with the main roster, which I get to a point because you have to understand Austin Aries when he was in NXT he debuted the same day as Shinsuke Nakamura. So they're pretty much on the same on par with each other. So you see where Shinsuke Nakamura is going. And you see where Austin Aries got relegated to. Now I'm not saying the cruiserweight division is bad. It has its ups and it has its downs. Right now it's like I mean, on its good days, see the people who give crap to the cruiserweight division, I'm a big fan of the cruiserweight division. I get what they're trying to do. They just need the fan base. They just need the fans to care. I'll admit some of their storylines are like whatever, like the whole fucking Alicia Fox storyline is ridiculous. It's been going on for 9 months. It just has to end. But when they put on some good matches, they put on some good matches. Like last week when Rich Swann fought T.J. Perkins, the crowd was actually into it for once in a couple months. So it's just like when they actually deliver, they can deliver. It's always a hit or miss. But Austin Aries is one of the main points. He was one of the main center points of cruiserweight division along with Neville. But I can understand where he's coming from because like the cruiserweight division, no matter how good the cruiserweight classic is, it's not the main roster. So it's like he will never, even if he would have become cruiserweight champion, that was probably the highest he was ever going to get on the main roster. So I understand where he's coming from because then you have Shinsuke Nakamura, who literally debuted the same day as him on NXT. He's on the main roster doing Smackdown crap, and now he's about to, SummerSlam, like probably a potential feud. So I understand where he's coming from because he was a former world champion outside of WWE. He was a TNA world champion, Ring of Honor world champion. So, but it's just, I don't know. What are your thoughts on it?
Oh man, like I said before, man, like in TNA, don't come to he was AEW, he was doing this thing. Winning the world title on what, 2 occasions?
Yes.
I thought they was gonna do that same thing over here in the WWE, regular man. Having won the cruiserweight once, dropping on purpose, won the world title a couple times, and whoever went from there. And even if won the world title, like the IC title and the US title, I don't think good with that. The way they did him,
Yeah.
it could have been a better ending.
The way I look at it, this was really the case. They could have just put Austin Aries on SmackDown if they knew they weren't going to use him for more than a cruiserweight division, which is fine to a point because, like, if you're trying, like look at Neville. Neville is perfectly fine in cruiserweight division. He will never have to go on the main roster again because he is so good on in cruiserweight division. So he doesn't even have to be on the main roster anymore. He will just be the king of the, like, literally the king of the cruiserweights in the cruiserweight division. He's that good, so he's fine. But for the rest of the people in cruiserweight, I can understand where Austin Aries is coming from. So they could have just put him on SmackDown, and they would. I feel like that's better. I mean, eventually we're gonna hear. He's gonna eventually probably talk about why he actually left. But based on the rumors,
my phone just died.
Oh, it did. Wow, that was abrupt. Well, that was Derek, ladies and gentlemen. That was brief. Let me just eject him out. That was weird. I do apologize for that, guys. First of all, I do apologize for Noid's background. He was riding the train. Hold on, let me just okay, yeah. So yeah, I do apologize. He was on the train. I didn't expect him to be on the train. I expect him to be at his house, but it's cool. At least you got to see him. You'll be seeing him more eventually. My whole point was you're gonna see him more eventually later down in the year. When I do some work with him and with his brand, there's gonna be some interesting stuff basically from HSW. But for those who couldn't hear over the conversation, there's two things we're talking about. First of all, AJ Styles, he is the new United States champion at the live event. I was pretty much saying how I think the main reason why they did this, first of all, congratulations to AJ. Now he's the United States champion. And the main reason why I feel like they did this was because they want to make sure they have Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles from United States SummerSlam ready. They're just tying up all the loose ends, basically. They will be doing his Kevin Owens official rematch clause at Battleground. So if AJ beats him, he will fight Nakamura. Or it could be a triple threat. I could see a triple threat happening. Owens, Styles, and Nakamura at SummerSlam. I doubt they'll leave Kevin Owens out of the biggest party of the SummerSlam without, like, he's going to be at least some big match, maybe a rematch against Chris Jericho. I don't know. But yeah, I feel like it could potentially be a triple threat. People really keep thinking it's just going to be Nakamura and Styles for United States title. It might be a triple threat. We're forgetting about Kevin Owens. I think there's no way Kevin Owens will be done with the United States title that quickly. There'll be no way. But yeah. So actually, I might take that back. It might potentially be. We'll see how the coming weeks when SmackDown goes, especially enough to Battleground. It might be a triple threat for the United States title because I feel like they'll actually save if they were to truly save Nakamura and Styles for WrestleMania 1-on-1. Then that's how you do it. At some stand, you inject Kevin Owens a triple threat, so you won't really see those two actually like go at it. So it'll be Owens, Styles, and Nakamura. Hey, three of the best in the world going at it. So there's that. But congratulations to AJ Styles. Let me make sure I can hear myself. Yeah, congratulations to AJ Styles. He is the new United States champion. We'll definitely see what's going to be happening on SmackDown. Also, as we were saying before, but I doubt you could hear me during the background. I do apologize again for the noise. Austin Aries, he sadly got released. One of my favorite. He was the main reason why the cruiserweight division, I feel like, gotten better. Him and Neville. I mean, Neville obviously made a big part, but it takes two to tangle. So, Austin Aries, he was so good. I mean, what? Let's just look at his. First of all, I'm just gonna remember his career here in WWE. First debuted in NXT. Against and his debut against Baron Corbin, very good, nice debut. The same night as Shinsuke Nakamura. I feel like I'm about to sneeze. I want to do it off camera. If I feel like I'm about to sneeze, just hold on for 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm not about to sneeze. Yeah. So what'd you call it? He debuted in NXT with Austin Aries. I mean, with Shinsuke Nakamura. At Takeover the End, he fought Shinsuke Nakamura. Sadly, he lost. Then at I'm drawing a blank. NXT Takeover Brooklyn, he fought Noe Jose, and he actually beat him. Looks like he's about to head to a feud with Hideo Itami. I feel like I'm about to sneeze again. And come on, just get the sneeze out. Just get the sneeze out. But he fought Hideo Itami. I mean, he's looking like he's about to have a few Hideo Itami sad. He literally just got injured again Hideo right after he came back. So instead, he looked like he's about to go into a tag team with Roger Strong during the Cruiserweight Classic. So who knew where that was going to lead? Sadly, Austin Aries got injured during that time period, and that was his last appearance during NXT. He instead became a commentator during that time period while he was injured on 205 Live. And in early March, he finally made his main roster debut by attacking Neville during an interview, and he officially became a face and officially joined the main roster during that time period. So he was only on the main roster, sadly. Jesus Christ. I mean, he was on the main roster ever since November. Technically, I guess you can say that, but he didn't really wrestle until like March. So he was only here for freaking 4 months. God damn it. He was only on the main roster for 4 months. So he feuded with Neville. He had 3, pretty much, it was the trilogy of amazing matches at WrestleMania. It was the kickoff show. I was irritated mostly about that because I thought they would do better than that. But hey, I thought they were worth better than the kickoff show. But hey, it was still the show. It was still amazing. One of the best matches of the night, in my opinion. It was on a kickoff show. And that Payback, Austin Aries actually won the match, but because Neville won at WrestleMania. Austin Aries actually won the match since Neville cheated. He threw the referee. Aries won, but Neville retained. Then at Extreme Rules, they had their one final match in a submission match, and Neville won, but it was still a great win from Austin Aries. That was sadly would be his last match in the company because I'm so irritated because there's so much stuff we could have seen. It would have been sad he just got released because apparently, again, I want to wait until Austin Aries says it himself is the reason why he left. But apparently what's happening on the dirt sheets or the rumors is that he was unhappy in his position with WWE. He felt like he was going to be just relegated to a cruiserweight. He didn't want to do that. He felt like he was worth more than just being a cruiserweight in 205 Live because he pretty much says that you will never go above that certain level when it comes to cruiserweight. Like that will be it. I understand where he's coming from because again, if he debuted the same night as Shinsuke Nakamura, why is Shinsuke Nakamura doing better things than Aries? They're both equally the same. I feel like they're on par with each other. I will admit that, but it's just I do get the point. But the thing with Neville, thing with Aries, I feel like. You see, I don't understand. See, again, I don't know the ins out WWE. I don't work for WWE. I don't know how it goes. I don't know how hard it is. I feel like if Aries would have just stick, I probably have more of an opinion probably following next week if there's any updates to it. If Aries would have just stick with the cruiserweight division, because Aries even said it himself in an interview, this is a building process. It just started. The 205 Live, the whole cruiserweight division is fresh. It's a building process. You just give us a chance, just let these stories be told and fleshed out instead of just demanding what's going to be happening. You'll see how good the cruiserweight division is, and I believed him. I mean, ever since Aries was on 205 Live for the short period of time he was, I enjoyed every minute of it. I mean, I enjoyed 205 Live since it debuted because I understand what they're trying to do, despite what the critics say. They're saying, "Oh, nobody stays there." I understand it's a brand new show. Like, and again, NXT was not the NXT that we have now when it first started in 2012. No, I'm not talking about the reality version of NXT. I'm talking about the NXT that's currently shown now. Back in 2012, it was not as good as it is now. To be honest with you, NXT 2012 was kind of really very stale because it was all pretty much a whole new set of people we had no idea about, except for the hardcore marks. It was just it was new, and you just had to wait for it to be built. And again, I understood what they were trying to do 205 Live, and it could still be something good. It's not even a year old, people. Like, come on, it's not even a year old yet. And people saying it's just dead or whatever. No, it's not even a year old. Just give it a chance. Like, this is what happens when you don't give stuff a chance. You just have to wait it out and just see. So I feel like if Austin Aries just waited it out and see how good it could have gotten. Like, for example, Bruce Swan versus TJ Perkins on 205 Live was amazing. People loved that match. The crowd for the first time in a couple weeks was actually, usually crowds is like 50-50 when it comes to 205 Live, which I understand because right after Smackdown, and they expect the crowd to be hyped up for another hour of television. The match was amazing. Again, the cruiserweights, the one thing I always say about this every week on the podcast, the cruiserweights put on solid if not, there's never a bad match in the cruiserweight division in 205 Live. It really isn't. Really think about it, it really isn't. It will always, it's either a solid to amazing match on 205 Live. It's just, they just need the crowd for it. That's all it is. As in, like, the crowd actually have to care. And if once, for the first time in a while, the crowd actually cared for We're Strong TV versus. So again, something's happening and it's building. It really is building, guys. You just have to just, again, wait it out and just see. I wish Aries would have just waited. If the rumors are true and he just felt unhappy and rather graduate, I wish he would just wait just to see how probably, if good. I'm not saying 205 Live will be like the best thing ever. Just give it a chance because it's a new brand. You could have been the main pillar point. So when people look back at 205 Live in the Cruiserweight division, oh yeah, Aries. He was with Neville. He pretty much was one of the pioneers of the Cruiserweight, of the new Cruiserweight division. The reason why it's so good. If they would have just waited, if Aries would have just waited, if this, again, this is only assuming the rumors are true. If Aries would have just waited to see what was going to happen, it could have been amazing. He could have been like literally the guy along with Neville. I feel like Neville's going to be on top for, like, he will be the main. When people look back at the Cruiserweight division, even if it's a failure or a huge success, Neville will be the guy saying this was the main reason why the Cruiserweight division. Reason why, because Neville is amazing. He literally, again, like, look at Neville. Per example, is Neville himself. He was on the main roster. They put him down to Cruiserweight division. It wasn't considered a downgrade. People thought it was a downgrade, but look where he is now. This is literally the best Neville of his whole career in WWE, and Neville's been here since what, 2013, since NXT, or maybe 2012, 2013. It took him 3 years to actually find his footing, or almost 4 years. 3 years, yeah. 3 years to find his footing, and look where he is now. He's literally the focus point of a whole brand. Like, usually SmackDown, you have your top stars 205 Live. Neville is 205 Live. He is the Cruiserweight division. You have your other people like TJ Perkins, Rich Swann, Jack Gallagher, Cedric Alexander, Akira, Noam Dar. You have them, but I'm just saying, like, Neville is literally, when people think of 205 Live, it's probably only going to be Neville. That's one thing you're going to think about. The Cruiserweight title, it's going to be Neville. He's been that good, as dominant as champion. Now, I'll get into the future, what I think they're going to be doing with 205 Live when we get to 205 Live review. But yeah, just in terms of Austin Aries, I'm going to, first of all, I just want to say thank you, Austin Aries, even though you've only been here for you was only here for really a year here in the company. A little more over a year. I do appreciate all your work, man. You were amazing to me. You was one of my favorites in NXT when you showed up. You was one of my top 3 in NXT when you showed up. You were amazing too. You're the reason why commentary on 205 Live was amazing as well. You and Monaro, that was a dream commentating team. Aries, Monaro, and Graves on 205 Live, that was like the best commentary team you could possibly have. And then when you actually made your main roster debut in March, it was amazing. You know, it was only a couple months. It was a short run. I mean, it was still amazing. You know, put on amazing matches. And sometimes it's not even about winning or losing. It's about, again, making a statement. And you made a statement. You showed why you belonged here in WWE. At least you can say, at least you can say you was a wrestler in WWE. At least you accomplished that goal. You was at WrestleMania. You was at WrestleMania too. And it's like, yeah, you was one of my favorites too. It's funny because I tweeted you before. I tweeted you the day before. I tweeted you on Thursday, and I asked, "Hey man, really miss seeing you. We think you'll be back on Raw/205 Live." Next day, you got released. I tweeted you, and I guess I know the answer now. I didn't have to wait that long. Usually, I knew probably wrestlers and high celebrities wouldn't tweet back to a random person like me, but I guess I know my answer now, right? Yeah, Austin Aries, I do wish you best luck in your future endeavors. If you go to wherever you go, I would definitely support you. Usually, if you're outside WWE, I can care less what you're doing, but you are the exception to that rule. I really appreciate your work. You are amazing. If what they're saying is true, I would have personally have wanted for them to do is just at least move you to the Smackdown roster. So then again, you have, at least you won't be on like a second. I get it, because like this, Raw, SmackDown, 2 different brands. And if Raw has a sub brand, 205 Live. I get where you're coming from, Aries. I get it. You're pretty much was thinking to yourself, well, I will always be the part of this sub brand. I'm 39-year-old. I've been wrestling for more than a decade. Why am I on this sub brand on the main roster? They don't think I'm worthy enough to be on I mean, Ross, I get it. I completely understand, but if that was really the case, I wish they just would have moved you to 205. Well, again, I don't know until you officially say something. I will send light on it more when I officially hear word from when you finally decide to actually, let me just look on Twitter real quick. I'm talking all this. Let me just look on Twitter. Maybe you commented. I don't know. So let me see. No, you haven't commented, so it's just so sad because it's like you were so good. And I wish one day if things change, you might come back, and this time they'll actually put you on the main roster. Maybe here's what this is a long shot. I'm probably gonna regret saying this, and I don't wish ill on anybody. Maybe when Vince McMahon either finally steps down or is sadly past, because I mean his time is he's up there in age. Not gonna lie, Vince McMahon is up there in age. I know he's pretty still the main guy. At least they still have your profile up there. Although, but yeah, it's just. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So, yeah. Basically, what I was going to say this before we move on to the other piece of breaking news, a lot of breaking news that happened. Yeah. So, I would have wished. I would have wished what they would have done with you, Aries, is, or I'm talking about the future now. If you were to ever, Mr. McMahon, I'm losing my train of thought. Mr. McMahon, if he ever steps down or maybe when he passes away, I'm not wishing ill on Mr. McMahon, trust me, I'm just saying. And with Triple H, because I know Triple H will probably be charge of the whole company by that point. Him and Stephanie, I think Triple H knows how good you are. He knows your worth. He'll bring you. I think that's probably what you're waiting for. You're waiting for that, and he knows your worth. Hold on. He knows your worth. He'll bring you back and he'll put you on the main roster. You'll be world champion. Either no matter it's Raw or SmackDown, you'll be world champion, and that would pretty much sum it up there. So I understand Aries probably Mr. McMahon doesn't see it. Triple H saw your potential. That's why he was on NXT. Triple H owns NXT. If he didn't think you were good, he would never put you on NXT. He knows your worth. Anybody who's on NXT, he knows how valuable it's. If you're on NXT, consider that a sign saying that Triple H knows you're good. That's all I have to say, because Triple H owns NXT. He knows if you're on NXT, it's like consider yourself lucky because he thinks you're somebody. Even if nobody else did, you're the Vince McMahon thinking he at least you know in your head, one of the higher ups in WWE, which is Triple H, he knows you're somebody. So just if you're a wrestler, he knows you're somebody. If you're on NXT, consider that probably the best compliment you can get as a wrestler if you're on NXT, because he knows your worth. Look at Bobby Roode. He's already 40. Triple H knew his worth. He's the NXT champion. Again, he knows people worth if you're on NXT. He knows how valuable you are. That's why Austin Aries was on NXT when he first started. So again, final thing, Austin Aries, I'm gonna miss you, man. Whether you go to New Japan, you go back to Ring of Honor, hell, you go to GFW, which is formerly known as Impact Wrestling, it's formerly known as TNA. I wish you the best, man. Really miss you. I'm gonna still follow you on Twitter, see what you're up to. And yeah, there's that. Moving on to the last bit of breaking news before we take our quick break, before we get to the actual Raw review segments. Former TNA president Dixie Carter will be appearing on a WWE Network special airing on Raw. No, I did not say that wrong. I'll read it to you. WWE has issued the breaking news alert below announcing former TNA president Dixie Carter will be appearing on the WWE 24 documentary about Kurt Angle airing at the Monday Night Raw. The interview will feature interviews with Vic Manuel's, Kurt Angle's colleagues and close friends. The special will mark the first time Dixie Carter has appeared on WWE TV. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Somebody wrote in the comment section. I'm reading on the article. She's the one texting Grave. It's the one behind the text Grave. That's hilarious. Oh my God, that would be freaking hilarious. But yeah, my thoughts on this. This is something never would you thought in a billion years. Any mention of TNA would be appearing on WWE, and sure enough, Dixie Carter, the former TNA president, Dixie Carter, will be on WWE Network, not even on WWE TV, WWE Network, their own freaking network. But I mean, obviously, I understand why, because Kurt Angle was actually the irony of it all is that Kurt Angle was. Let me do my math real quick. Kurt Angle was in TNA longer than he was in WWE. That's hilarious. I just find it hilarious. He was in TNA longer than he was in WWE, so he actually had more of an impact in WWE than in TNA. But yeah, obviously, for the guy who's been there the person who knew him for a decade. The real question is, will they actually show footage? And it wouldn't be the first time. I remember they showed a picture of AJ Styles in TNA during Stone Cold's podcast. Will they actually show footage of TNA on WWE Network? That's all I'm waiting for. Hold on. Yeah, that's like literally all I'm waiting for, to see if they will actually show footage today. But yeah, this is unprecedented stuff. I wonder what Dixie Carter. I mean, she is still kind of has some share of Impact or GFW, because she literally has no control over the company anymore. But we will see. We will see what's going to happen. It's going to be something else, guys. What is that noise? It's going to be something else, guys, to say the least. Dixie Carter appearing, that would. Oh my God, it's something. It's going to be something, guys. I still can't believe it. Yeah, Dixie Carter will be definitely something with Parent Day. We wonder, she's obviously talking about the career of Kurt Angle, but just what is she going to mention? Is she working with WWE now? It's weird. It's so weird. All these possibilities, we have to wait literally on Monday to find out. Yeah, we're going to have to wait until Monday. But with that, guys, that will end our breaking news segment. And yeah, I'll end our breaking news segment. We will start reviewing our shows for the week. Starting with Raw. Just give me 1 second. We'll take this quick break because it's hot as hell in my room, and I'm going to get something to drink. Otherwise, I will be right back, guys. As you can see, I'm sweating, guys. I'm back. I just want to make sure my mic is good. You can hear me, so give me 1 second. You guys can hear me, right? As you can see, I'm sweating, guys. Okay, so you can definitely hear me. I can hear myself. Okay, so we're about to start Raw right now. Whew. All right, so Raw emanated from the Talking Stick Resort Arena from Phoenix, Arizona. It was the final Raw for Great Balls of Fire. Just test my cord again. Whew. All right, so Raw emanated. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I just gotta make, since I'm by myself, I always gotta make sure my mic is good. So Raw emanated from the Talking Stick Resort Arena for Phoenix, Arizona. Final Raw for Great Balls of Fire. The main thing was what was Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns was going to do. It was a bunch of stuff. Main thing was about Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns. So we'll get into that when we get to that. First thing opening the segment, Enzo Amore probably cut the promo of his career, because the previous week we thought Enzo Amore and Big Cass would get back together. It seemed like Big Cass was kind of actually being remorseful after what he did 2 weeks ago when we found out he's the one who attacked Enzo. It looked like they was going to get back together. And for a moment, I legit believed, holy crap, they're actually getting back together because they were doing their thing and whatnot. And it turned out not to be the case at all. He tricked them. He clotheslined him. He threw him down the ramp. And it was announced that that same week at Great Balls of Fire for the first time ever, Big Cass versus Enzo Amore 1-on-1. But Big Cass, he came out in the ring by himself, pretty much saying, again, he is by himself. Every time he's backed up to a corner, he will fight back. He knows Big Cass is bigger than him, but he's not afraid because this is now officially personal. Again, he is by himself now. He realized he does talk a lot. He realized his mouth could get him into trouble, but he was firing back on him hard. He was saying how you're nothing more than a 7-foot catchphrase that I made up. That was saying something, and now and it's like when Enzo said that, you actually had to think about it. Is Big Cass really somebody without Enzo? If it wasn't for Enzo, would it be a Big Cass? And like now, like that is literally something we really have to think about. And now we will have to find out at Great Balls of Fire. Is this Big Cass? Now, obviously, Big Cass has a size advantage against Enzo, but again, this is the first time we're really actually going to see Enzo Amore literally have a one-on-one match. I mean, he fought before one-on-one before. I'm lying to myself, but like this is like his official without any like help from Big Cass, where this is literally him by himself, one-on-one. So, and he gets his former partner left. But yeah, he was making some bold statements. So Big Cass, he has something. We thought Enzo had something to prove. Both of these guys had something to prove. Great Balls of Fire. Who was the main person for this team? Was it Enzo or was it Big Cass? We're gonna find out at the first ever Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view when Enzo Amore faces Big Cass, and I'll give my official predictions later down at the end of the show. So yeah, that is something else when he was talking about. And then after his promo, then he first thought he was done, he came back again and he kept talking some more. Again, a great promo of his career. I don't really remember much what he said, but again, the main point he was saying, dude, you thought I was nobody, you're just simply 7-foot catchphrase that I created. So we will see. Then Big Cass backstage when he saw the interview, he was telling, I forgot who it was. I think Charlie Caruso. He was telling him, hey, I'm just going to pretty much murder Enzo at Great Balls of Fire. Enzo attacked him from behind. He actually he was giving him a beating. He actually breaking him down to his knees. Enzo down there for a second. So yeah. That was definitely something else from Enzo. He was like put a fight. We'll see. They had to break it up. We'll see at Great Balls of Fire. As I said, for first time ever, Big Cass for Enzo Amore. Great Balls of Fire. We will see who was the best out of the team. And we never thought we would see the match. I thought it was gonna have that SummerSlam, but apparently not. Yeah. Good segment though. Good opening start to Monday Night Raw. Then we come back to the women's division. Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax. The Raw Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax. What are they doing with Bayley? I'm sorry. guys, help me understand. Help me try to understand what are they doing with Bailey. What are they doing? What are they doing? I really don't know, because essentially, if you guys didn't watch the match, during the match, like less than 5 minutes into the match, Bailey got knocked out of the ring. Then Nia Jax, she like kneed her into the barricade, and she was so injured that the medics had to take her out the match, and it was just Sasha Banks by herself. It was a 2-on-1 situation. What the hell is going on? Like, what the no, just no. No, that is not how it should work, people. Bailey was a former NXT Women's Champion. She beat the likes of Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss. Like these people that are on the main roster now, she's beating in NXT. Why is the only person she cannot beat, which nobody can beat, is Asuka? Why are they treating her as a joke now on the main roster? Who knows? Now they make it seem like she can't do nothing to none of these people. Remember, she was the Raw Women's Champion. She actually beat the record. In case you guys don't remember that, she did. Yeah. So why aren't you not just joked out? Like the burial of freaking Bailey continue. I say I'm going to say it week after week. The burial of Bailey is going to freaking continue and continue and continue. What the hell, people? What the hell is going on? Yeah, but Sasha Banks by herself, it was a 2-on-1 situation. Sasha Banks was able to, despite it being 2-on-1, she was able to actually give the advantage, and she was actually able to knock out Nia Jax. She put Alexa Bliss in the bank statement. Alexa Bliss actually tapped out. The Raw Women's Champion actually tapped out on the Go Home show. So you know what that means. If the person gets the advantage, whoever usually how to Go Home shows work, and if that person gets the upper edge on the last show, usually the other person's going to win. But who knows? Sometimes it doesn't happen like that. So Alexa was tapped out. Would that same fate happen at Great Balls of Fire? Because that happens, Sasha Banks will become the new Raw Women's Champion for how many times? 2, 3. Should become a 3. Should become a 3-time. Should become a 3-time, 4-time. Should become a 4-time Raw. Jesus Christ. That year, 2006. Should become a 4-time Raw Women's Champion. Because that Great Balls of Fire, Alexa Bliss will be for the Raw Women's title, as Alexa Bliss will defend the Raw Women's title against Sasha Banks. That should be something, again, official predictions later in the show. We get to our predictions part for Great Balls of Fire. Overall, though, this segment was fine. It shows how Sasha Banks she is to looking better than what she was a couple weeks ago for whatever the hell they were doing with Sasha Banks for a month. We had no idea. Alexa Bliss, she's still good. Somebody had to take the pinfall. Surprised they let the World Women's Champion do it. Usually they book the champion as the strongest that they could possibly be. Alexa Bliss has been on pretty much the role of her life on both SmackDown and on Raw. Ever since definitely coming Raw, she's literally the main focus point. How Neville was the main focus point of the Cruiserweight division. She's literally the main focus point of the Women's division. Like there's like no ifs, ands, or buts. Alexa Bliss is the Raw Women's division at the moment. Bailey. The burial of Bailey continues. So there's that. And Nia Jax, good showing for Nia Jax again. I feel like she's going to interfere. I feel like what's going to happen is what might happen is she might interfere. I'll give my official, actually, I'll save that at Great Balls and our Great Falls of Fire prediction. I feel like she might be involved. She might be involved in the Great Falls of Fire pay-per-view. I will explain why during that. But overall, good segment minus the fact that Bailey, she got taken out so early in the match. It just shows how weak she is. What the hell is going to happen? Move on to, first off, I'm seeing this nice poster on the side. I thought it was fake at first. I have the Royal Rumble on like the side of my screen. The Royal Rumble coming to Philadelphia. It looks cool. It looks actually cool. It shows the Apollo Crew, Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, Braun Strowman, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose, Samoa Joe, AJ, Seth, Cena, Roman, Banks. Glad to see glad to see Becky still is up there. But anyway, back to Cruiserweight action. Cedric Alexander defeated Noam Dar. This was a playoff from previous week on 205 Live when Noam Dar cost Cedric Alexander match against Avaria Davari because he interfered, and Noam Dar said I thought it was officially done. I thought this whole feud, this 9-month freaking feud, was just freaking ridiculous how this was one of the first starting feuds on 205 Live. I thought it was over. Apparently it's not. So yeah, Noam Dar, because this time Alicia Fox actually showed up because I guess she's good from her net breaks. Cedric Alexander, he defeated Noam Dar this time, and she was pissed. Noam Dar was pissed. He would execute the lumbar check. Yeah, it was just that. I don't know where this feud is gonna go. Did something happen on 205 Live related to this? I don't think it was. Nothing related on 205 Live happened. So we'll have to wait next week to see what's happening either on Raw or 205 Live. So for God's sakes, again, as I said with Brian Kinziger, Kira Tozawa feud, if something were to come out of this, at least make it a number one contenders match. So when the Kira Tozawa won that feud against Brian Kendrick, that was a long ass feud. Look at where now Kira Tozawa, even though it was like unofficially, they didn't really reference that. Kira Tozawa became pretty much the new number one contender after that feud. Same thing here. Whenever this feud decides to end, whoever comes out on top, with these feuds, the way these feuds will mean something. Same thing with Mustafa Ali and Drew Gulak right now. Make them become the number one contender. So out of these two people, who would be whenever this feud actually ends, Noam Dar should be number one contender. He deserved it. He has been the constant because Cedric Alexander got injured and he got replaced by Rich Swann and then whatnot. Noam Dar has been the constant throughout this whole feud. Given though he was able to put up with this feud, apparently Vince McMahon likes him, so let him be number one contender. Because now since Aries is going, my top three is now Metalik, Neville, and Dar. So yeah, I'm still number one despite the fact he never shows up in 205 Live. But yeah, and now it's Neville, because before it was Metalik, Aries, and Dar. Now it's Grand Metalik, Neville, and Dar. Can you not like Neville that he wasn't my top three, but now he just got literally switched with Aries. So yeah, my ranking system is weird. How is Noam Dar not number two now and Neville number three? Actually, I take that back. It's Metalik, Dar, and then Neville. There you go. Corrected it. I knew I was acting crazy. But anyway, Noam Dar, if he wins this feud, he should be number one contender. He deserves to be number one contender. I'm not saying he will become Cruiserweight champion, but by God, he deserves to be number one contender for the Cruiserweight title. At this fucking feud, he deserves it. And I think because he's the most, besides Neville at this point, he is literally the most established character on 205 Live. He's like, because we know his character to a point now. Like, sure, we have Rich Swann to the point, TJ Perkins, but besides Neville, we literally know everything we really need to know about Noam Dar. He's one of the most built characters right now on 205 Live for the short, even though it's having even been a year on since the show's been made. We know everything we need to know about him. So give it to Dar. Give him number one contenders, man. Let him win this feud. Let him win this feud. We have yet the Heels actually have to win this feud here on 205 Live, really. Besides Neville. So yeah, let's let Noam Dar win and let him become their own contender. I'll gladly, again, SummerSlam, it's either gonna be one or two things for gonna do it for me. It's either gonna be one or three things gonna do it for me. Neville versus Enzo, if the rumors are true, he's going to 205 Live, which now since Aries left, I think that's going to definitely happen now because we definitely need a new baby face. So I think Enzo is going to become part of 205 Live for sure now. Neville versus Aries. Neville versus Aries, that won't happen anymore. Neville versus Enzo for the Cruiserweight title. Neville versus Dar for the Cruiserweight title, or Neville versus Grand Metalik. I want that to be a WrestleMania match, actually. Neville versus Grand Metalik at WrestleMania. I have no problem with that. So yeah, there's that. Moving on. Now this was probably was there a match on the night? Let me just skim through. Was there an actual match of the night? In my opinion. Oh, there was a match of the night. Definitely, for sure. It was definitely a match of the night. But one of the segments, well, there was a segment of the night, obviously, and usually I have a segment of the night, match of the night for all these shows. But yeah, this Raw was very good in my opinion. First off, yeah, we move on to Miz TV and with the Miz Taraj and everything else happening there. The whole LeVar Bar situation, they kind of play off that. But the main thing to go out here, Dean Ambrose came out. He said he's still owed the Intercontinental title match. Then Heath Slater and Rhino came out. Heath Slater said which is true, a couple weeks ago he did beat the Miz, thanks to Dean Ambrose, and he did pin him, so he felt like he deserved it. Kurt Angle came out. He's trying to understand the situation. Miz again runs his mouth saying, "How about you just go over there and talk to Corey Graves? That's all you do." He's like, "All right," pretty much saying "fuck you." And so what's going to happen is you're going to face Heath Slater tonight for the Intercontinental title. Whoever becomes Intercontinental champion will face Dean Ambrose at Great Balls of Fire for the Intercontinental title. So we had Heath Slater versus the Miz. It was something else because Miz wasn't even in his wrestling attire. He was literally in that he was wearing, and that's why the pants were. It was hilarious. The fact that the Miz could actually wrestle in the suit goes to show how amazing the Miz is. So that perfectly able to wrestle perfectly fine in the suit. But this match was good. Not match of the night. I had to give it to, again, which you probably not be expecting me to. Match of the night. You'll have to give it to one later down the line. But this match was very good. Heath Slater. Last year, he became a star last year. This whole story arc of he was the only person on the main roster that didn't get drafted. His whole storyline trying to get a contract came with SmackDown. That was pretty much the main story on SmackDown when the brand split first started. Because the only way he was going to win, he had to become the inaugural SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and he did with Rhino. Like, that was an amazing story. SmackDown really creates stars. As AJ Styles says, SmackDown makes them and Raw takes them. And yeah, Heath Slater's a star. So despite what people may think, Heath Slater is a star. So when he was fighting the Miz, yes, they really showed again what a match and what a chemistry between the two. I can definitely see these two go at it again down the line, whether Miz is Intercontinental champion or not. It was a good match. Obviously with the interference with Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas, I'm so glad they're actually doing something now. Again, give people worth and give people something to do. That's all we need. Rhino tried to assist him, but obviously the number of games didn't help Heath Slater. But the main thing about this match was near the end when Heath Slater when Miz on turnbuckle, he grabbed him. He did a turnbuckle. What is it called? Scoop body slam or scoop slam, or I forgot what it's called. Pretty much a slam on the top rope. It was good. It was the way it got executed. It was good. But sadly, since the distraction with Bo Dallas Curtis Axel attacking Rhino, Heath Slater got distracted. So he's Miz won, and he's still the Intercontinental champion. They were trying to beat up Heath Slater and Rhino. Dean Ambrose tried to save them, but again, it's the numbers game. Miz literally has the number games in his favor now. So Miz will here get advantage of that. He would beat him up and hit him Skull Crusher finale, signaling that again, this is his title. Nobody's gonna take it from him. Because at Great Balls of Fire after this match, now we know it's gonna be official. At Great Balls of Fire for the Intercontinental title. Miz will defend his Intercontinental title against Dean Ambrose, and the whole Miz Taraj will be there. I'm talking about Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, and Maurice. I don't know if Dean Ambrose is gonna win. You have to wait until my predictions later in the show to find out. But overall, it was a good segment. Again, Heath Slater give people what to do. Again, ever since the Superstar Shakeup, Heath Slater wasn't really doing anything. This is what I'm talking about. Give them something to do, and what is showing from Heath Slater? Wow, amazing. He didn't win. Maybe one day he can. Because the whole thing about Heath Slater, one thing he didn't mention, which is true, he never got a singles championship match before. In the 8 years, Jesus Christ, 8 years he's been here. Yeah, he's been here for almost 8. He's been here for 8 years. Like, for God's sake, he never got a singles match. So, yeah, I'm glad that he actually got a singles match and he put on the show. What do you have? He will probably get a championship match again down the line. Moving on, Goldust finally showed us his movie, The Shattered Truth. That's the main reason why the cameraman was doing inside the match during him and R-Truth. It wasn't really a match. He showed the footage is pretty much, again, the close-up from the camera guy when R-Truth was in it. Just him beating up, what you call it? R-Truth. The funny part is that after he showed the film, R-Truth showed up. He was right behind him eating popcorn and saying, "Yeah, that's funny." And those two started beating the hell out of each other. R-Truth pretty much got the upper hand, started beating him up. And amazingly, this is not a match at Great Balls of Fire. Are they actually going to say this for SummerSlam? Are they really going to say this for SummerSlam? I mean, hey, this is how you build a story, even though it's two most unlikely of people. Goldust and R-Truth, and you're going to build this match to a SummerSlam because there's not a match. It might be an impromptu match during Great Balls of Fire. Who knows? But yeah. I don't think it is because Great Balls of Fire is stacked, especially with the Iron Man match. It's definitely stacked. Yeah, R-Truth attacked Goldust. Goldust was able to get away. But I don't know. There's not, as far as of right now, which is the day before Great Balls of Fire, there's no official wording of this being a match. So yeah. And they might hold off until SummerSlam, which is very interesting to say the least. They're gonna hold it off until SummerSlam. I'll be damned. It was a funny thing. I'll give it that. But yeah, I'm surprised they were able to hold out this long until SummerSlam. We'll see what happens next week on Raw. Then we have Seth Rollins versus Kurt Hawkins. Pretty much the same thing that happened last week. It was a squash match. Kurt Hawkins didn't do anything at all. But Bishop's main thing was that Seth Rollins was willing to talk. He was pretty much telling Bray Wyatt that, again, you're just a coward. He wants to know at Great Balls of Fire, will he be a man, or will he prove that he's actually a man, or is he actually a coward? Bray Wyatt later cut a promo later during the footage. This whole feud it's been mixed. I mean, not really mixed. It's been more towards the negative side, which is weird. Thinking this Seth Rollins and Bray Wyatt, two is probably the best way in this whole feud, because the feud came. I understand why the feud came out of nowhere. Technically, it did when they first fought on Raw that one time a couple weeks ago. I mean, I'd say a month ago. I was like, this should be a pay-per-view match, and I'm getting it, but it's just the way the story is just kind of weird. I think I don't think the fans understand how this happened. I think I know how this feud started. Basically, Bray Wyatt, Seth Rollins was saying a few things about Bray Wyatt. I think the way they should have executed it is for Seth Rollins to bring up the main thing that everybody was talking about Bray Wyatt, how he always talks and he never wins a match. That should have been the main focus point of the feud, and people would have cared. But I digress. We're going to get the match at Great Balls of Fire. Anyway, the match itself should be interesting. It's just the story is not there. Sadly, for most people, I think I understand the story to the point, but it's just the story is not there. But we'll see. And I think Bray Wyatt, if the story if the story I think they're trying to tell here is the actual story, I'll give you my predictions later. Find out who's going to win, but you'd be surprised who I think is actually going to win this match. And then we get on to the segment of the night. By God. By freaking God. The sit-down interview between Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar. What a freaking treat that was. Holy crap. That was amazing. The two exchange. Again, Samoa Joe has been on freaking fire, people. He has been on freaking fire. People thought he was never gonna, like, it was just simply just be a one-off thing, a squash match. But yeah, no, this whole feud. It was just freaking amazing. I don't know how else to say it. This whole feud was just freaking amazing. Samoa Joe really proved himself ever since. Hold on, let me see something. Yeah, okay. So they're just showing the top 5 games that existed. All right, there had this article about betrayal. hilarious. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, this whole thing, Samoa Joe, when he first came out after he came out with Contender, whole thing he did with Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar, when they saw each other and the people had to hold it back, and then the week afterwards, 2 weeks afterwards, when he was able to choke out Brock Lesnar, literally make him look like he's about to just die. Samoa Joe, I've been re-looking at that backstage interview every single day. Like, it was so good. It was so good. But yeah, this interview basically, they had a sit-down interview. They were far away from each other, so they couldn't touch each other because they would probably get physical. Samoa Joe basically saying, "Hell, again, you're afraid of me, Brock. Every time I'm trying to find where you are. You can't find me, but I can find you. It's like you're afraid of me." Brock said, "No, that's not true. Like, again, dude, I'm the champ. I'm going to be afraid about a Great Balls Fire. I'm just going to beat you." Like, Brock Lesnar being cocky. Again, who is the heel and face here? I don't know. It's so weird. The dynamic here of who's actually heel and face is so weird. But, yeah. So it was basically because Brock Lesnar was naming people who he beat, like Kurt Angle, Undertaker, whatever. He was like, okay, I can name a bunch of people I beat too. Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. Like, he beat all these people too. So it's like, what's up? Like, he was like, I'm sick of this. You got to keep talking crap. And he literally stormed out where he was. And he was trying to look for Joe. Kurt Angle was trying to stop it. Yo, man, it's not. Joe was trying to look for Joe. Joe was trying to look for Brock Lesnar. Kurt Angle was trying to stop, saying it's not worth it. And he heard Brock in the other room. He tried to go after him. Scary guy was there to grab him. He was like, "Yo, I'm coming after you, man." It was just, you could see the emotion in Joe's face. Like, he was dead serious, like really about to get at him. In the head, like, this feud has been amazing. Nobody thought this feud was gonna be as amazing as it probably was gonna be. People thought it was gonna be a one-off thing, but the Samoa Joe is fucking amazing. I've been a fan of Samoa Joe since he debuted in NXT, but by God, and nobody thought this was going to be as good as it was. And hopefully this is not just a one-off match. Hopefully, Joe, it could be something else. It can really be something else. It was so good. Now, at Great Balls of Fire, all coming ahead in the main event of Great Balls of Fire for the Universal title. It'll be the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe, and it's probably a dream match that probably nobody thought was ever going to happen. It is something else. Let me make sure I can hear myself. Fire. Yep. All right. So it is something. I know I'm OCD when it comes to that. It is something else, people. It is going to be amazing. I'm telling you. I am telling you. I'm telling you. That interview was amazing too. So yeah. Oh God, guys, it's gonna be something else. We're moving on to the match of the night, which probably people won't think it probably was a match of the night. Cruiserweight, yes, the Cruiserweight stole the show. Neville versus Mustafa Ali. Let me tell you something. Fucking incredible. These two literally almost killed each other just to win the damn match. Neville, again, that selling. This is why Neville's amazing. That selling of that freaking tornado DDT, it looked like Neville was paralyzed when Mustafa Ali hit it. It was so good. My God. Even though Neville picked up the victory, again, because of character, this is just him building momentum for Great Balls of Fire for the Cruiserweight title, which is going to be Neville defending his Cruiserweight title against Akira Tozawa, which was weird. He didn't actually, I don't think he actually appeared at all this week. Or did he? I don't even know. I really don't even know. Yeah, I don't think he appeared at all. But yeah, it was something else. These two, they put on an amazing show. Mustafa Ali, Mustafa Ali been proving ever since he showed up. It's funny. I think he was supposed to be portrayed as a heel at first, but people love him. He is something else, man. Mustafa Ali, what a guy. He's so agile. Like, he's amazing. One of the top people on 205 Lounge now since Alton Aries is missing. Now since he left, again, they need somebody to take that place as the top babyface. I think Mustafa Ali has that there. We'll see whatever happens after the whole feud between him and Drew Gulak goes about. We'll see. But yeah, Neville and Mustafa Ali match tonight Raw, hands down. Neville won obviously the Rings of Saturn, but still, Mustafa Ali, what a great showing. Again, these two are the best chemistry. We'll see what happens later down the line. Maybe one day Mustafa Ali might get a cruiserweight title match. Who knows? Then we move on to Finn Balor versus Cesaro. It was first time ever, actually. And like again, these two, just hearing these two face each other sounds amazing, and it was to a point. It was until the very end. I'll explain why. Because it was fine at first, but then all the interference and stuff that's happening. First with these two. Then Shane was already outside, so there's that. The Hardy Boys came out just to make sure stuff wasn't going to happen between Shane was trying to interfere and whatnot. Then Elias Sampson came out to distract Finn Balor. It was basically a bunch of interference that took away from how good probably the match was going to actually be. But yeah, Finn Balor did get the victory over Cesaro. But now the main thing before this, I should announce that before this match, they announced that Great Ball of Fire, it will be for the Raw Tag Team titles. It will be Sheamus and Cesaro defending their Raw Tag Team titles one more time against the Hardy Boys, and first time ever, a 30-minute WWE Iron Man match for the Raw Tag Team title. First time ever that a tag team title match. The first time ever a tag team match it will be contested in an Iron Man match. This should be something amazing. This will probably be match of the night, if anything. Besides, it is like again, Great Ball of Fire is stacked, but this at the time they're going to be given, and I think this is going to steal the show for the Raw Tag Team titles. I mean, those two are going to be going at it. And again, another thing, even though it's not official for Great Ball of Fire, again, I'll be shocked if it goes into SummerSlam. Finn Balor versus Elias Sampson. Yeah. Since Elias Sampson kept interfering, it looked like these two are actually going to feud and they're actually going to have that match one day. It might be at SummerSlam, which is going to be weird. Again, SummerSlam is going to be an interesting card to say the least. I never thought it would be highlighted by Finn Balor versus Elias Sampson, but hey, this is how you build stars. I'm telling you, this is how you do it. And this is how you will build stars. Elias Sampson is how you build a star. I don't care a lot. What you call it is already so yeah, I was just reading. This is way. I mean, I think Elias Sampson, he's been one of the better NXT call-ups. When you first show up on the main roster, he's been built very strong. Especially that brief thing with Dean Ambrose. He was built strong over Dean Ambrose. Now with Finn Balor. Imagine getting a pinfall over Finn Balor. Freaking amazing. That's how you will build Elias Sampson as a credible star and probably a main eventer or a high-level mid-card, to say the least. People definitely take him seriously. Especially after that great showing he had in that six-man tag with him, James Cesaro versus Matt and Jeff and Finn Balor. That was amazing. A lot showing from Elias Sampson. So only good things come out of that. And then the main event, fucking amazing, except for the ending. But everything else fucking amazing because Braun Strowman was in, and Braun Strowman, as you know, is the best thing on Raw because he is the best thing ever. Braun Strowman is the best thing ever. But basically, Braun Strowman says since Roman Reigns not here, Kurt Angle say he'll fight him competition. Titus News back to Apollo Crews saying, "Hey, how about you fight him?" And the first thing I heard, I was like, "Does Titus News want Apollo Crews to die?" And that's literally, I didn't think it was actually going to actually happen because when Braun Strowman and Apollo Crews fought, it was pretty much one-sided. But what took the icing on the cake? What took the icing on the cake for this one was near the end, which was the end basically after it was literally the end. Apollo Crews trying to do his signature standing moonsault. Braun Strowman literally in midair kicked him. He literally double kicked him out in midair, and Apollo Crews literally almost landed on his head after getting flipped over after Braun Strowman kicked him in midair. I thought Apollo Crews was dead. Like, by God, it was something. It was something else. Jesus Christ, Apollo Crews, is he dead? I have not seen him. We have not heard from him or anything since. Did he die? Like, did Apollo Crews die? I'm telling you. I don't know. I really don't know. Well, obviously Braun Strowman won the match, obviously, and he was since the ambulance out there, he put him in the ambulance. He thought he was going to send him away, but the driver, for some reason, the ambulance wasn't going away. He was looking like, why is it not leaving? He checked the driver, see like why is he leaving? He opened the door, and sure enough, Roman Reigns. Why not? It's fucking Roman Reigns. Of course, we thought he was even supposed to be here this week. But it was Roman Reigns. He came out of nowhere. He started attacking Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman tried to fight back. Roman Reigns got the upper hand. And at the end, he speared him off the basically the stage into a table. Both him and Braun went through a table. But the main thing to take out of this is that both men, mainly Braun Strowman, both got on their feet before the end of the show. So again, this ambulance match was the whole point of Great Balls of Fire. It's going to be an ambulance match. Braun Strowman taking on Roman Reigns, an ambulance match. What the hell? What is going to take for Roman Reigns to beat Braun Strowman? Nothing, because you can't. Roman Reigns is the absolute shit. He's the worst thing ever. Braun Strowman's the best thing ever. Roman Reigns is the worst thing ever. But I feel like you'll see my Great Balls of Fire prediction. Why I'm talking about? Why I don't know. It's a bunch of factors that go into it. But that was Raw, people. Let's talk about Smackdown. And Smackdown is weird. It's weird how to say what happened on Smackdown because like it doesn't, especially for one instance, because it doesn't even matter because of what happened yesterday. But we'll talk about Smackdown. Main thing here was Independence Day Battle Royal to determine number one contender for Kevin Owens for the United States title at Battleground here in my home city of Philadelphia. That was the main thing, so we'll get into what happened there. First thing first, the champ is back, John Cena. He returned to SmackDown Live. First time we've seen him since WrestleMania. This was 4th of July. Why not? Cena was talking about how he's back. He's a free agent. And now since he is a free agent, that he can go on both Raw and SmackDown. He knows time now in WWE is limited, so you would like to face the best people like Roman Reigns and whatnot. It's just gonna happen more. He was name dropping a bunch of high level people until Rusev showed up. Rusev finally made his official SmackDown debut and his returns ever since he got injured. He returned. Rusev, he showed up. He was saying, "Hey, John Cena, why are you always coming out here and just whatever? You talk about America and whatever." Sadly, we're getting into this storyline about whole America, USA versus a different foreign country and whatnot. They were going back and forth. You know, the typical stuff when there's kind of few in a foreigner versus American. So John Cena proposed a flag match tonight, and Rusev said, "No, you'll do it on my terms." And I guess Dan Bryan took heed to that. So at Battleground here in my home city of Philadelphia, it will be John Cena in his return first match since his return, since WrestleMania. Rusev's first match since Fastlane. These, I think, I'd like to think Rusev's first match since Fastlane. I feel like Rusev be wrestling. Before that, I doubt John. They simply said it'll be John Cena's first match back since WrestleMania. So I think they won't let John Cena wrestle until Battleground. It will be him versus Rusev in a flag match. Okay, I guess. I mean, it could just be a one-on-one match to say the least, but okay, if you want to bring Rusev back and put him in a flag match, I mean, that gives me hope that Rusev might actually win. Because I think he'll need you'll need it more than John Cena. John Cena can lose 100 matches in a row. It won't change the fact that he's John Cena. I'm just saying. So John Cena, I'm pretty sure John Cena can take a loss. Up next, we had AJ Styles versus Chad Gable to gain entry into the Independence Day Battle Royal. Match of the night, hands down. By God, these two put on a clinic. You know, it was actually kind of shorter than I thought it was going to be, but these two put on a clinic. And again, back and forth. The beginning of the match, Gable was literally the one showing, "Hey, man, I'm not." Oh, first of all, the reason why they had this match in the first place because AJ Styles was originally part of it as well as Chad Gable, Kevin Owens. He petitioned that they shouldn't be in there since Dan Bryan got irritated. He was like, "Fine, those two will fight one-on-one. The winner of the match will be the only person on the Independence Day Battle Royal between the two." Okay, so that's why we had this match. First of all, Chad Gable showed like, yes, he is he's a tag team wrestler, he can easily go solo by himself. And he showed it against the very best AJ Styles. AJ Styles usually what he had to do with people, like he had to make them look good. AJ Styles didn't have to make him look good. He did it all. Chad Gable did it all by himself. I think this was his standout match on the main roster. Ever since coming to the main roster, this was his standout match. Chad Gable. Well, any American Alpha related, this was their standout match. I mean, by freaking God, Chad Gable, what a showing! AJ Styles won the match with the phenomenal forearm. After the match, even AJ Styles just looked at him and was like, "Yo, kid, you're good. You're good, kid. You are something else." I don't think Gable's. I'm gonna check out how old Chad Gable is actually. Oh, Chad Gable's 31. He's up there. But the point is that he was like, "Yo, man, you're good. You are definitely good." And so AJ Styles moved on into the main event in the Independence Day Battle Royal. But yeah, Chad Gable, what a showing from Chad Gable. What a freaking showing, I will tell you. Moving on to Carmella and James Ellsworth. Carmella came out again, pretty much cutting a promo saying, "Hey, so I'm Raw. I'm officially after winning. She's officially the SmackDown Women's, or I don't have to say SmackDown. She's first ever, 2-time, back to back. She was the only first time to ever, because it was literally within a 2-week span. Miss Money in the Bank, or Women's Money in the Bank, I just said. Daniel Bryan. Well, first one, Naomi came out and saying, "Hey, if you want to fight me, I'm right here for it." Daniel Bryan then came out, and he came out specifically for James Ellsworth. He was like, "Since again you interfere in the match, guess what's going to happen? You're barred from the arena, you're fined $10,000, and you're suspended without pay for 30 days. And if you even try to attempt to break any of those 3 rules, Carmella will be stripped for the Women's Money in the Bank." Just saying. Now, this leads me to believe what's going to happen. James Ellsworth is off for 30 days. I think Carmella's going to be off TV as well. Okay, I think Carmella won't be doing anything until James Ellsworth come back. If Carmella is smart, James Ellsworth is the key here to her winning the SmackDown Women's title, regardless of who actually holds it. I think what's going to happen here is that whenever James Ellsworth come back, probably going to be for some rubber match for the SmackDown Women's title, Carmella is going to cash in right there with help of James Ellsworth, and Carmella will become the new SmackDown Women's champion at SummerSlam. But this eventually just was a segue into the women's title match between Naomi versus Lana, the third time these two people fought. So the match was over before it began. The second the bell rang, Naomi was able to put her into the what the hell is it called? The glow. The new watch where it was glow. What did she put her in? What is it called? What is this move called? With a swift submission. What is Naomi? First of all, let me just make sure. What the hell is Naomi's new finisher? I mean, her submission move called. What the fuck is her submission move even called? Not the rear view. What the hell is it called? They don't even know what the hell is it called. God damn it. Okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyway. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Basically, she made her tap out with her submission. I think it's called something glow, feel the glow or something. Or something glow. It's weird. Anyway, Naomi won like less than 30 seconds. It was probably less than even that. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. 30 seconds, less than 30 seconds. The main thing here is Tamina. She came out and it was weird. Tamina just told like, "Hey, come on, whatever." She was telling Lana, "Come on," and that was it. But finally, I mean, I've been saying it ever since Tamina came out. They're probably gonna pull the trigger eventually on Naomi versus Tamina. They're gonna do it. Because talking smack, Naomi is about how they used to be in Team Bad. They're family related, so we don't know what's happening there. So again, I feel like it's gonna happen at Battleground. Her versus Tamina finally pull the trigger on that feud. The Usos might get involved. It's something. Family feuds always find the most interesting. Who's to say there's a bunch of stuff can happen? Like a lot of people can get involved in the match, so who's can say what's gonna happen? But otherwise, for Lana, I don't know what they're gonna do with Lana after this because she lost literally 3 times in a row with this damn title. What can they do? Obviously, you're gonna be focused on Naomi versus Tamina now. So, what are they going to do with Lana? Beats the hell out of me. Shinsuke Nakamura was being interviewed backstage, talk about Baron Corbin, and Baron Corbin attacked him backstage. He was like, "Yo, I'm not. Are you afraid of me?" Shinsuke Nakamura, and Nakamura said no, and they started fighting back. Nakamura, he was able to get a few punches before Baron Corbin ran away. Even though the match is not official, I think at Battleground it looks like it's going to be Shinsuke Nakamura versus Baron Corbin. Should be an interesting match, to say the least. I think it'll be the first time those two actually fight each other one-on-one. They didn't fight each other in NXT one-on-one, so it should be an interesting match, to say the least. 2 hard-hitting people. Oh, definitely. That should be something. Hard-hitting, to say the least. That is going to be something. And then probably segment of the night by far. We had a match tonight with AJ and Chad Gable. Second of the night, the New Day and the Usos in a rap battle. Holy crap, this was good. Probably, I'm not gonna lie, people didn't think it was gonna be as good as they thought it was gonna be. The hell, New Day make anything good? So again, they was throwing shade. They were throwing a bunch of stuff. Obviously, the 2 main thing, even though I think it's the one main thing, but I'll say 2 main things that people are going to take out of this rap battle is when, I forgot who said it, one of the Usos, because you can never tell them apart, they brought up the whole Paige situation when he was rapping against Big. He was like, don't be like your boy Xavier, don't be radar like your boy Xavier, but the Usos won a rap battle right there. They won any rap battle afterwards. It was done. I don't know why the New Day won. I mean, yes, Xavier did pull the trigger too when he said, "You're all you simply are just going back to be Roman Reigns' bad carriers for Roman." And that was a good shot too, but it wasn't as effective as the Paige thing with the rated R. Usos should have won the rap battle, but since they tried to attack the New Day, Wale gave it to the New Day. But we all know the Usos definitely won that rap battle. But that was amazing. It was amazing. That rap battle was something else, let me tell you. Woo! It was, let's not lie. It was better than what anybody thought it was going to actually be. We should have more rap battles like this. Definitely, I have no issue. This should have been on pay-per-view. Fuck. We had Aiden English versus Randy Orton. The match was interesting to say the least because Aiden English first came out, tried to sing. Randy Orton stopped him. F you. He attacked him from behind, so Randy Orton got pissed, so he started beating the hell out of him back outside. Referee eventually disqualified him. So the whole thing here, I like to point out, guys, Aiden English beat Randy Orton. You know, it's be a disqualification. Aiden English actually beat Randy Orton. So there's that. Take that account. Who knows, might lead to the future. Is clearly into something for Aiden English, to say the least. So yeah, there's that. Jinder Mahal came out and was kind of promoting Randy Orton and say again, this was the 4th of July. You got that. He obviously got that big ass heel heat, saying again, you don't like me because of the way I talk, with my skin. And Randy Orton say, no, that's not the reason. You know, that is the reason. You guys don't like him. He was saying because you're just a jackass. And again, this was just leading up to Battleground, which again, they're fucking doing it in my home city of Philadelphia, hometown of Philadelphia. For a debut title, Jinder Mahal, the debut champion, Jinder Mahal will face Randy Orton for a debut title in a Fujami prison match. Holy balls. Great, I mean, goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Fujami prison match. It's probably going to be the best Fujami prison match ever, even though there's only been 2 of them before this one. It's probably going to be the best one because these 2 probably most athletic people to be in the Fujami prison match. So, yeah. And then we move on to the main event. AJ Styles competing in the Independence Day Battle Royal with a bunch of other superstars. Him. The main people to point out on this mainly is AJ, Owen, Zack Ryder, and Mojo. The main reason why is because during the Independence Day Battle Royal, when Mojo, I forgot who Mojo eliminated. Zack Ryder eliminated somebody. So Mojo did a shocker of the year. He eliminated Zack Ryder. Nobody thought that. We don't know if this is the official breakup um, uh, the Hype Bros. I don't know who's turning. I think Mojo's the one that's gonna be turning heel out of this. So he looks like more of a heel than Zack Ryder because Zack Ryder has a sympathy story saying he just came back from injury. So see how that goes. They went to the final, officially went to the final three, which was, I mean, eventually went to the final three, which was AJ Dillinger and Zayn. What an interesting combination, amazing combination. Those three, the top three fan favorites, internet favorites, AJ Dillinger and Zayn. Dillinger got eliminated first because obviously we had to go down to AJ versus Zayn, and good showing from Zayn. Almost, you thought Zayn almost had it, but AJ Styles was able with that Pele kick, and Zayn went outside. AJ won, but right after that, Kevin Owens attacked him in the ring. He was saying, again, this is my title. See, at Battleground, AJ was able to get the upper hand, and he was able to take out Kevin Owens and knock him outside the ring and just hold up his United States title, saying that he will fight him at Great Balls of Fire. I mean, not Great Balls of Fire. Battleground, because at Battleground, it was going to be for United States title. United States champion at the time, Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles in my hometown, Philadelphia, for United States title. That didn't happen because 2 days after SmackDown at the Madison Square Garden live event, AJ Styles beat Kevin Owens to become the United States champion. So what the hell is going to happen? SmackDown is definitely must see next week. What the fuck is going to happen? AJ's the new United States champion. What the hell? What the actual hell? We thought this was going to happen at Battleground, but who the hell knows what's going to happen now? We're gonna take a quick break, guys, and I'll be back with my NXT, 205 Live and NXT reviews. It's probably gonna be a little short. We'll probably take one more break after that, and then we'll get on to prediction. Then we will call it a day. I'm gonna make sure my mom's got in good and safe. So I'll be right back, guys. Hold on. All right, guys, I'm back. I actually didn't even leave my spot. So yeah, we're just gonna get over to 205 live right now. Just make sure I can hear myself. So yeah. All right, so I can hear myself. Let's move on to 205 live. The main thing here was Neville to Akira Torizawa. So we'll about to find out exactly what happened there. First of all, Titus O'Neil came out. He was promoting the fact that Great Balls of Fire, it was going to be for Cruiserweight title. Neville versus Akira Torizawa. This is actually on show 205 live as well for the Cruiserweight title. Neville came out saying, yo, man, stop talking crap. You realize how much you put Akira Torizawa on your, even though he's part of your little Titus brand, you see the situation he put himself in. He's going to face the king, and he's going to realize how bad he actually has it. So, and he's gonna make an example out of, let's say Dorado after on this. So, yeah, he would say, "Dude, just stop talking." He's like, Tyler's gonna say, "No, it's fine." He would be at ringside, looking at your match, and remember, this is your last week as champion. And first of all, let me comment on the thing that 205 Live is currently doing. Raw stars, you gotta notice, Raw stars have been appearing on the main roster. People who are not on, who are not cruiserweights, are been appearing on 205 Live. I think maybe reason why they want people that have interest on it. Here's been mixed exceptions with this. I mean, there's been mixed like things with this. I personally don't have an issue with it personally. If this is the way to get the casual fan to actually look at the programming, this is the way for them to actually look at the programming. I don't personally have an issue with this, to be completely honest with you. So hold on. Okay, I don't personally have an issue with this. If this is the way to get a casual fan to look at 205 Live. I'm sorry, guys. I'm resigning. Look at 205 Live. I don't personally have an issue with this. Because Sasha Banks appeared, it was cool with her. So they would get that feud going with Noam Dar, Swan, Alicia Fox. That was one thing. Now I feel like Tyson O'Neil thing is making more of an impact now because got made Akira's out become number one contender for Cruiserweight titles. So this whole inner thing between these people actually had a lasting impact. So Akira Tozawa is now number one contender. He got that out of that. So yeah, so it's working wonders, and I feel like it's happening. Maybe we know we might see Seth Rollins on here just to give something about it, or Finn Balor. Like a bunch of stuff can happen on 205 Live. So there's that. So I have no issue with the whole thing between the main roster stars appearing on 205 Live and integrating them into their storylines. If this way to get people interested, why not, right? So there's that. So I just want to get that out the way. Otherwise, Titus O'Neil, at least Titus O'Neil is actually doing something. So there's one way to actually use him, and let's use him to help another cruiserweight out, which is Akira Tozawa. Moving on to the actual match between Neville and Lindsay Dorado, this was pretty much a squash match. It was fine, but it was just literally a squash match, and Dorado had not a chance in hell against freaking Neville. And he brings a Saturn again, sending a message to Tyson O'Neil, and he's pretty much saying, "Hey, man, it's over." I tell somebody saying it is over at Great Balls of Fire. This is your last week as champion. Akira Tozawa is going to win. You know, we're Akira Tozawa didn't appear at all this week, so I wonder what he was doing, but yeah. So it's going to be over at Great Balls of Fire last week as champion. That was a message. It was fine. Decent match, team match, and promo. It was literally just squash match on State Durago. Luckily, it wasn't Grand Metal League. I can say that. Moving on to Gentleman Jack Gallagher versus Tony Nese. Very decent match. Wasn't match nice to get that one to the main event. This is pretty much revenge for 2 weeks ago when Nese tricked the referee into thinking he was injured, even though he wasn't. He was able to capitalize to beat Jack Gallagher. Jack Gallagher would get the upper hand this time. He was able to beat Tony Nese. Again, first of all, it was an amazing match, actually. Again, as I always say, 205 Live, they have great matches. You just have to have the audience there. And this crowd, I at least give it to this crowd. This crowd at least was into the stuff that was happening. So gotta give it to him for that one. So Jack Gallagher was able to win. And first of all, I'm so OCD. I'm sorry, guys. That makes sure I can't hear myself. Yes. Jack Gallagher was able to win, but later, right after that promo aired on the screen, since it was, again, we were still on the 4th of July, Brian Kendrick showed up. He cut the celebration from Jack Gallagher. He was pretty much making fun of him with his whole United Kingdom thing, delivering an Independence Day history lesson, basically. He made it clear that he would not rest until he freed 205 Live with Jack Gallagher. So this is clearly the next feud. Now, obviously, this feud is happening because Austin Aries left. If you saw what was happening before, it looked like Austin Aries, Jack Gallagher was right. So the last thing we ever see of Austin Aries is him backstage with Tony, Gentleman Jack Gallagher. That was the last thing we ever see from Austin. That was the last time we ever see Austin Aries literally on TV or anything. The last on-screen appearance of Austin Aries. He was talking to Jack Gallagher, saying, "Hey man, I got your back if you need something." And we will never know how this would have happened. We will never know how this feud would have happened because that was Austin Aries out there, just Jack Gallagher alone. So because of that, don't know nowadays. Because just the Brian Kendrick can say, at least the Brian Kendrick's doing something. I'm glad about that. So we'll see what he's doing. Again, Brian Kendrick, he's a very interesting person. He's just mocking Jack Gallagher, doing all these personalities and personas. So that is something else to say the least. So we'll see what's going to happen between these two. Obviously, it's going to lead to a few into their match eventually. It should be a good match between Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick, definitely say the least. So they move on to the match tonight, hands down. Rich Swann versus TJ Perkins. What a freaking match. Again, back to the cruiserweight classic quality of match. By God, these two put on a show. Like, these two put on a freaking show. What an incredible match. The crowd was fine. Again, these are the times I love because at least the crowd was into it. They enjoyed it. This showed at least their appreciation of how much these guys worked for it. This was something else. Back and forth between two, that spinning kick with Rich Swann almost taking TJ Perkins' head off. The submissions of TJ Perkins trying to get to Rich Swann, just trying to take out his knees would go into his signature knee bar. And it was just amazing. He was Rich Swann was able to get the roll up and just count to the man. Rich Swann won the match, but afterwards, great show of respect. Those two both shook hands. I think TJ Perkins is back to being a face now. We won't I don't know the fate really with him, so we'll find out eventually. We will definitely find out eventually if TJ Perkins is actually a heel or not. We will find out if he's heel or not probably next week after Great Balls 5. We will eventually find out exactly. Hold on, let me see something. No, actually, no. We will not do that. We will find out his real intentions eventually next week on 205 Live at the Great Falls 5. Because probably the new stories will start leading in SummerSlam. So we'll definitely find out what's going to happen there. Now, 205 Live. Great 205 Live. Probably one of the best 205 Lives in recent weeks. Every 205 Live is usually solid in my opinion. But this was probably one of the better ones, in my opinion. And especially go-home show leading into Great Balls Fire. I accidentally hit my mic just to make sure it's on. Usually solid in my opinion, but this was probably one of the better ones, in my opinion, especially go home show leading into Great Balls Fire. All right. I just want to make sure, guys. And now we move on. It's funny for an hour show, only a little stuff really happened. For an hour show, only two things happened on NXT, but hey. It's how you build around it. NXT is focused on Bobby Roode versus Roddy Strong for the NXT title. We'll see what happens there. First off, Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf versus Cassius Ohno and Hideo Itami. This was the makeup from last week when Sanity, they attack catchers. Oh no, in deal time for a deal time. We can say what we was trying to understand what we was going to say to catchers. Oh no, we never got it. Seems about how again we're going to run rampant on NXT, and our maestro, the leader of Sanity, and Eric Young, is planning his great plan. We know his great plan is. I think his great plan is to win all the titles in NXT. We will find out. But anyway, the tag match between these two, amazing, good, very, very good match, by the way. The old time catch and Killing Danes and Alexander Wolf. This was really good showing from Alexander Wolf. We usually don't see a lot from him. From Sanity, we know who Eric Young is. We know who Killian Dane is. I mean, we know who Nikki Cross is, and we know who Alexander Wolf is, but we really don't see much what he can really do. And what a great showing, especially we know more about his character. He is willing to take the bullet for the team. Because he is willing to take the bullet for the team because near the end of the match when Dale Tommy was about to hit the GTS, he was able to tag him Killian Dane. And so after he tagged him, he smiled. So he had no problem taking the bullet for by getting hit with the GTS just to make sure Dale was distracted enough so Killian Dane could hit him with the splash and win the match. So that shows how like calculated and good I can't even say it. Alexander Wolf is. So yeah, it's just he really is impressive. I feel like he's like the the master. Well, Eric Young's the mastermind. I should probably stop there. Eric Young is the mastermind here. It was So no, Eric Young is the mastermind. Don't get me wrong. It's just the fact that Alexander Wolf, he's also like very manipulative. He knows what he's doing and whatnot. So that was good. I loved it. I think he's really coming to stand out here on the Sanity group. Him, Alexander Wolf. So yeah, that was something else. And then we get on to the main event itself, which was the NXT title match between Bobby Roode and Roderick Strong. What an amazing match! This was building up for weeks, and this did not disappoint whatsoever, in my opinion. Not at all. Like, not at all. Roderick Strong, he gave it. This was Roderick Strong's, like, again, this was like pretty much his arrival match. Like, this made Roderick Strong, this match. You know, Roderick Strong been doing this for WWEK. Like, this made Roderick Strong. What an amazing match from Roderick Strong. He put on a show. He yeah, he put on a show. Even though he lost, basically what happened was Roderick Strong is able to hit the Messiah Backbreaker. Sadly, 1, 2, 3, Roderick Strong thought he won the match, but he didn't because Bobby Roode's foot was under the rope, and referee realized that, so he had to restart the match. Roderick Strong was so confused. He was celebrating with his wife and his mom outside. He probably was able to take advantage of that, hit the Glorious DDT outside the ring. It would put him back and hit the Glorious DDT inside the ring. 1, 2, 3. Bobby Roode is still the NXT champion. But what is showing for Roderick Strong? But Bobby Roode is still the NXT champion. What is next for Bobby Roode? We don't know. Again, I'm pretending like I didn't read the spoilers of the taping, so I know exactly what's going to happen. But yeah, otherwise, Roderick Strong, what a great showing for Roderick Strong. Amazing NXT, even though it was 2 matches on the card. Amazing NXT. What a show. What a show. And we're not going to take a break, guys, because, again, I was a little bit short than what I thought. We're going to move right into the Great Falls of Fire prediction. I feel like I can. Great Balls of Fire prediction. Here we go. Let me just see some stuff right here. I'm going to pull up Ron's predictions because he did have his prediction about this pulled up right now. So give me 1 second. All right, so all right, let me get up Ron's predictions. Kevin Nash about his quad on Twitter. All right, so here we go. Now, got Ron's prediction up. Let's talk about. I'm gonna do side by side here so I can see Ron's and I can see my predictions. All right, so first match, first to start on the kickoff. The Cruiserweight title match, Neville versus Akira for the Cruiserweight title. Ron has Neville. I, again, have Neville. Neville's on a roll. Ever since we said it from the very beginning, I think we all said it from the very beginning, once Neville became Cruiserweight champion, ever since he came back, the dominance that he started ever since he got put in the Cruiserweight division has been absolutely amazing. He's literally the focus point of the whole division. Akira Tozawa, he's been good. Like, he has been good, too, ever since he appeared on 205 Live, and his rivalry with Brian Kendrick was something else, too. His way he ended with that senton on the table, thing of beauty. This is not Akira's night, sadly. This will not be Akira's night. I'll be shocked. I would be shocked. But it's on the kickoff show. Since it got pushed to the kickoff show, you know, it's weird. Why would he put it on the freaking kickoff show? I'm giving it to I'm giving it to Neville. I can't see him losing. He might lose at SummerSlam. The real question is who. Maybe against a debuting Enzo Amore, Noam Dar, like a sleeper like Cedric Alexander. Like, I think Neville's actually going to lose that at SummerSlam. I think he held it long enough. I think he might hold all the way into WrestleMania, but who knows? I think SummerSlam will probably be placed in the last drop the title. I think he'll drop it to Enzo. If Enzo is on the 205 Live roster after Great Balls of Fire, he's dropping it to Enzo. I'm telling you, he's going to drop it to Enzo. But on this night, Neville will be on a Neville level, and he will be Akira. Let me check something on my phone real quick. All right. Anyway, he will my phone just dropped. He will beat Akira and he will retain title. Ron also agrees, so there's that. Moving on to Enzo Amore versus Big Cass. Ron has Big Cass. For me, it's kind of hard. It really depends on what's if this is the one and done deal. If they're not fighting at SummerSlam, then I think Big Cass is winning. He's gonna need to win more heading into whatever match he's gonna head in SummerSlam. Enzo doesn't need it as long as he's going to the Cruiserweight division. If he's going to the Cruiserweight division, that's why I feel like he did that passionate promo. Because again, let's realistically think about this. Big Cass, we can see a bunch of stuff happening after this feud. He can fight whoever's the Intercontinental Champion. He could do in a feud with Seth Rollins, if any, like Seth Rollins, Balor. He could actually Big Cass. I can see Big Cass literally feuding with the top people right now. Ambrose, hell, anybody. So Big Cass, I think he needs to win more, like, so he can feud with whoever he wants to. Who can we realistically see Enzo feud with afterwards? He's going to the Cruiserweight division. I feel like he is going to be after this, so I have to give this to Big Cass. If this extends to SummerSlam, then Enzo will be winning this for a feud, and Big Cass will win at SummerSlam. But I feel like I personally feel like that's why the way they did that promo, like passionate and whatever, and the way Enzo got the upper hand on Big Cass backstage, I feel like they were just showing like this is his last outing on the main roster. He's going to be, he is on the main roster. Last outing as a regular, last outing for Raw before he goes to the Cruiserweight division for Raw. So we will definitely find out. Let me mute my mic. Oh, no. I'll do it later. I'm about to watch something about Samoa Joe, but it can wait. It can definitely wait. I feel like Enzo is going to lose. Big Cass is going to win. I will only say this under the asterisk of the fact that if Enzo's going Cruiserweight division, Big Cass is winning. If he's not, Enzo's winning this one at SummerSlam. They have a rematch. Big Cass is winning that one. But this is Enzo's last match as a regular like no weight class competitor, then Big Cass is winning, and Enzo's going to Cruiserweight division facing Neville at SummerSlam for the Cruiserweight title. That's my prediction. So I also agree Big Cass. So far, both me and Ron agree. Moving on for the Intercontinental title match, The Miz versus Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental title. Ron has The Miz. Oh, it's so hard. You see, with the number games in mind, it seemed like Miz, after the Go Home show, it looked like Miz, again, he was the one standing tall. It's almost like they could do with Dean Ambrose. Again, Dean Ambrose is my favorite superstar on the main roster currently, Raw and SmackDown, period. Dean Ambrose can win, but you see the issue with the originally, again, the original SummerSlam plans were for Braun Strowman to face Brock Lesnar and the Miz to face Roman Reigns for the Intercontinental title. Apparently, those plans aren't happening thanks to Roman Reigns saying he's going to be fighting whoever Universal Champion. With that being said, Miz is in an interesting position. He won't be dropping your type of Roman Reigns, but will he drop it to Ambrose? That's the thing. That's the question. Again, there's 2 ways to go about doing this. I feel like here's what they can do. Because, again, I feel like they've been wanting to do this for a while now. They've been wanting to do this for a while now. The only thing they can get out of Ambrose winning, I say Ambrose. The reason why I say Ambrose is solely because of this. I feel like they've been trying to do this forever. They didn't know how to introduce it. And they could take a page out of SmackDown. Ambrose, when he said he was the Intercontinental champion, when he beat the Miz originally on SmackDown with the Intercontinental title, he even told Shane, hey, can I get a new title? Because this one is all messed up with just beer, wine, and whatnot, and with Miz and whatever. He was hinting at the fact that the new title will be debuting soon. They never actually, those plans didn't happen yet, so I feel like if Ambrose is able to, I don't know how he's going to do the numbers out with Bo Dallas, Axel, and Maurice at ringside. It's going to be hard for him to actually win the match. I'm still thinking Ambrose is going to win, and if he does win, if he becomes the Intercontinental champion, that's how they're going to debut the new title. Ambrose said he doesn't want that title anymore because Miz pretty much ruins it. That's what they could do a story about it. They say, hey, since you say I was a horrible Intercontinental champion, I want to forge a new legacy with this new title. And they showed a new design for the new Intercontinental title. I know this comes out of left field, but again, the new United States title design, new Intercontinental title design been made for WWE for a very long time now, for months actually. So they just don't know how to debut on TV. What better way to debut to give it to Ambrose? And then he said, again, Miz kind of, this title design itself definitely has a long history and prestige to it. With all the rules and Miz party and whatnot, he wants a new one. Give Ambrose a new Intercontinental design. Why not? So there's that. I predict Miz. I don't predict. I predict Ambrose. I know it's a long shot, but I predict Ambrose is going to win at Great Balls of Fire. We move on to the Raw Tag Team title match in the first ever 30-minute Tag Team Iron Minute. 30-minute Tag Team Iron Minute match. Cesaro and Sheamus defending the Raw Tag title against the Hardys. Ron picks the Hardys. I also picked the Hardys. The only reason why, because the guy who was on, I don't even remember his name. Guy who was commentating on Raw, the guy who was in Transformers or whatnot, he pretty much spoiled the fact it was going to happen. Sheamus is going to be out filming a movie. There's no way they're going to have Cesaro only showing up with just the Raw Tag titles by himself, unless, again, somehow implement that into a storyline. The Hardys is going to win. Even though it's going to be a great match, no doubt about it. Might be match of the night. I think this match, I'm calling this one to be the match of the night, so because of the time limit that they're going to have. I think this is going to be a match of the night, so because of that, the Hardys are going to win. They're going to take their Raw Tag titles back. This might lead to a broken universe filled with joy and whatnot, since they're the Raw Tag Team champions again. Who knows? Who knows? So, yeah, thanks. I would have said Sheamus and Cesaro, to be honest with you, had the guy not split the fact that Sheamus is gonna be out filming a movie. So because of that, I had to say the Hardys are gonna be walking out the new Raw Tag Team champions. Moving on to Seth Rollins versus Bray Wyatt. Again, not a lot of people care about this shoot. I understand why, based on how stories go, but I feel like this is still going to be a good match regardless. I say Bray Wyatt. Because again, I like to think that the story. First of all, Ron said Rollins. I say Wyatt. Again, I would like to think the story that was trying to be told here was, again, Seth Rollins was to prove the fact that Bray Wyatt talks all this crap and he can never back it up. That's why I say, are you a man or are you a coward? You always talk crap and you can never back it up. You always lose. I think that lit a fire under Bray Wyatt. And again, the rumored Bray Wyatt versus Finn Balor match is going to be happening soon. Bray Wyatt needs this win, so I'm going to give it to Bray Wyatt. Seth Rollins, he's a babyface. He could jump back from this. I don't know where would Rollins lead after. I don't know where would Rollins go after this. Maybe against the heel Dean Ambrose. It's so many possibilities you can do with this. I know. So with that being said, maybe Seth Rollins might feud with Braun Strowman next. Who knows? He might actually feud with Braun Strowman if Roman Reigns is actually facing Lesnar. He might actually feud with Braun Strowman, or he might feud with the Miz. The Miz is still Intercontinental Champion. It's a bunch of routes they can go about this. It really is. So, with that being said, Rollins, he's losing this match. I give it to Wyatt. Wyatt's been losing a lot. So, I mean, he's been losing a lot. It's just the way he's been. Leading up to Extreme Rules, he was booked the most dominant person, literally going into Extreme Rules. So, and he wasn't pinned there. So far, I think Rollins, they've been protecting Wyatt so far on Raw. Since coming to Raw, despite what people may think, they've been protecting him. So, with that being said, I think Wyatt's going to win. We went to the Raw women's match. It's Ron says Sasha. He thinks Sasha's going to win the match against Alexa Bliss. It's weird because I personally think Sasha's gonna win it too. Alexa Bliss, she had a great run. She will always remember as the first woman that hold both, the first ever woman to win the Raw and SmackDown women's titles. So with that being said, I think Sasha's time. This is her time because then Bayley, maybe Sasha can. I think what this can lead to is that Sasha can win the title. Bayley can come back. Sasha turns heel, and then we have Bayley versus Sasha at SummerSlam. I can see that happen. Alexa Bliss would probably get involved in that somehow. It might be triple threat, or Fatal 4, or no, I can't see another Fatal 4-way. Because they already did that at WrestleMania. I can see. I predict Sasha. I really say Alexa Bliss, but I think I understand why Ron picked Sasha. You know, he's not here. I can understand why he would pick that. I say it's a hard thing to pick. I want to say Sasha too, because I can't. If Sasha doesn't win, where does this will lead to? I feel like the way she will turn heel and for her to fight Bayley is for her to become Raw Women's Champion. So this is how just like store her mind, say now she's the fucking best. She finally fucking got it and whatnot, et cetera, et cetera. I think for her to turn heel, she needs that title for her to turn heel. So, I mean, they could go the other route and say, well, she didn't win a title, she's pissed. So they go that route as well. But hey, I also predict Sasha. I think Bliss had a great run with it, but I think it's Sasha. Then we move on to the ambulance match: Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. Ron picked Roman. I'm picking Braun. I might sound crazy, but Braun Strowman has been dominant. The way this feud has been booked, Roman Reigns should not be able to beat Braun Strowman. I'm just saying. I know Roman Reigns is going to somehow fucking pull. If the match is going to happen, sadly, if the match is going to happen at SummerSlam, be Brock and Roman. Obviously, Roman Reigns is going to have to win this match because they have to build that up. They had to build Roman Reigns as a monster going into SummerSlam to face Brock Lesnar. Otherwise, if this is the case, what's the point then? With that being said, Braun Strowman was the original plan for SummerSlam for Braun Strowman to face Brock Lesnar. We don't know what's happening. We don't know. Maybe this is just WWE throwing a curveball so they won't let it, because since the rumor's been happening for a while, they don't want us to think Braun Strowman and Lesnar is happening. But I think they're just trying to throw a curveball at us. They're saying, oh, because the Roman's already announced it, maybe because we're all going to say it's because Roman got beat up so badly, Braun Strowman's taking his spot at SummerSlam. Who knows? So I feel like we'll know the result of this match with the Intercontinental title match. I mean, I feel like, no, this match will determine the future of the Universal title match. I'm just saying. Like, this will be a direct, this match will have a direct effect on the main event. I'm just saying. I still say Braun, even though if it is true Roman's going to win, but I want to say Braun. Ron, you pick Roman. We'll find out. Then the main event, the dream match. Lesnar versus Joe for the Universal title. In the main event. You pick Lesnar. Lesnar seems like the obvious choice, but again, I feel that would have been true if this whole SummerSlam thing, because again, the whole main event WrestleMania 34 was going to be Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. If the rumors are true, they moved it to SummerSlam so they can get the title off of Lesnar, because I think they feel like Lesnar's not going to resign. So with that being said, they're going to get the title off of Lesnar. The issue with that, Joe has been on literally fucking, no pun intended, fire in this feud. I can't, even if Samoa Joe loses, I can't see him literally go right out the title picture. He's going to be involved in the title picture SummerSlam no matter what. With that being said, if I was a betting man and money was on the line, Lesnar. But I'm telling you, Lesnar will win, but barely will win because Samoa Joe will be booked as a monster in this match. Brock Lesnar will barely win the match, but I will also have to predict Lesnar. Joe, in terms of Joe, I'm trying to figure out where can he go from here. If Ambrose win the Intercontinental, I can see him feuding with Ambrose, maybe for the Intercontinental title, and then Joe just become the Intercontinental champion there, which is fucking. No, I don't want that because then Dean Ambrose simply just been a transitional champion. No, so many fucking possibilities. Maybe Joe can feud. No, he can't feud. He can't feud with Balor because. Maybe he can feud with the Hardys. Maybe he can say what tells the stupid universe thing, so he's trying to try to get rid of it. It's so many possibilities. And he could go back into a feud with Rollins. There's so many freaking possibilities to go with here. But where would Joe go from here? He can officially feud with Roman Reigns. If Brock Lesnar facing Braun Strowman, I can see Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. I can see that happening. Before we're out the title, I can see Roman Reigns versus Braun. I can see Roman Reigns versus Joe and Braun versus Lesnar. Or maybe this might turn Joe face. Here's how I can also see happening is Lesnar versus Reigns at SummerSlam and Joe, a babyface Samoa Joe. Okay, I think with this, I feel like with this match is going to happen. This is going to turn a face. Like this, the crowd's going to be on Samoa Joe's side by the end of the night. It's going to be like a double turn. Even though Lesnar is technically the face in this match and Joe's the heel, I feel like it's going to be a double. I feel like it's going to be a double turn because Samoa Joe will not back down in this match. I can tell you, and I feel like the fans are going to like that. I think it might turn to a face Samoa Joe into a heel. Against Braun Strowman. I can see that happening. But if I was a betting man, as much as I want Joe to win, become Universal Champion, he definitely deserves after this performance he had. I will have to give it to Brock Lesnar. If the rumors are true, regardless if the rumors are true or not, because he was ready to face Braun, or now he's supposed to face Reigns at SummerSlam. And it's hard to decide. It really is. I see Terry is definitely commenting. So look at another rematch between those. Might win. Says Hardy would do. So I don't feel like Braun will win. Yeah. Terry, you're saying Joe. I want to say Joe, Terry. I definitely want to say Joe. I can't see it happening because it's just Lesnar, the whole situation with Lesnar. I want to say Joe too. I mean, yeah, I would say I'm calling that before we end this podcast. I'm saying Brock. I'm saying Brock. If I was a betting man, if I had to bet money, if there was a lot of money on the line, I had to say Brock. Unless I want Joe to win, I have to say Brock. And with that being said, this is the end of our podcast. I want to thank Terry for showing up. First, I want to thank Derek for showing up as well. Again, future plans for HSW will be revealed at a later date. But first of all, Terry, thank you as always for actually showing up. Thank you, Football Goal 007 for being a first-time viewer of the podcast. Terry Wolf, as always, thank you for showing up. If you like today's podcast, people, make sure that like button, comment down below, subscribe to miss anything else on my channel. Thank you guys for watching. As always, just Creator signing off. Catch you guys later. See ya.